Thank you, everyone, for joining the webinar. I'm Sanjay Srivastava. I'm the founder and CEO of Vocareum. And this is our first webinar where we're talking about our Agentic AI labs. We do think that everyone right now has to learn about Agentic AI, and one of the key components of it is you have developed the skills, so which means you have to be able to practice the skills to know what the jagged edges of the model are, what can do well and what cannot do well. And that can only be done in a safe, secured environment. So this is our first in a two-part series on a webinar on Agentic AI. Today, David will be showing you how to use coding agents in a secure environment and how to build applications, how to deploy it, how to connect it with data sources. And our next webinar will be talking more about how to build multi-agent orchestration systems as well as evaluate the systems. With that, I'll just hand it off to David to kick off the webinar.
Hey, hello everyone. I'm David Lin. I'm in charge of business development here at Vocareum, and as Sanjay was saying, I will be walking through a demo of the platform. And so let me share my screen here, and please reach out if you can't see what I'm seeing. 1 second here. Great. So this is the Vocareum platform. This is as a teacher interface. What I'll do first is go over to a student view of this lab, and this will be an AI-powered enterprise intelligence lab. So I'm going to click it here, and we are launching essentially a VS Code environment inside Vocareum, and it does have an assignment that's pre-populated with some data. And at least the scenario that we have here is one with Meridian Capital Partners, a fictional company with a whole set of data inside this file system. But also we have an AWS account that's connected to this as well. So as you may know, that Vocareum hosts lab environments for hands-on training in a lot of different areas, including cloud computing, data science, machine learning, general programming, and of course AI. And so this environment has an AWS account associated with it, and inside this AWS account we also have populated some data, right? And so over here, you'll see that we've got a table, a DynamoDB table with the client asset under management as well. Okay, and so from this environment, we will be exploring the data that's local inside the file system, but also data that is hosted elsewhere, right? So it's a connected data source, in this case in DynamoDB. You'll also see that we have AI keys, access to Claude Code, as well as Codex. And so we'll be interacting with Claude Code here. And so, for example, what we'll do is, review company data. Okay, and so here, Claude Code will be going out and scanning the company data that's inside our work area. And so I can hit Control O, and you'll see that the various steps that that Claude is taking to review all the data inside this area. And so as we take a look, you'll see that we have some finance data. Here's a PDF. We've got some Excel spreadsheets. We've got some marketing analysis, right? And so essentially, it's going to go and scan through all the various data files and then do an inventory of that. And so it's reading all the department files in parallel. And we can also do similar thing on the Codex as well. View company data, right? And so what we have is AI Gateway, which is our proxy for agentic AI. So being able to deliver credentials to a work area. So learners don't have to go and subscribe to OpenAI or Claude directly. As instructors or as an institution, we can provide measured access to learners. And here you'll see that we have $20 of Claude and OpenAI credits. And then we also have credits for AWS environment as well. So right now it's going through and it's doing some analysis. It's reading the outputs. And as it goes through, it'll come back and provide an assessment. And here, oops, this is asking what kind of review. And sometimes you have to pay attention and answer the questions here and say full review. So Codex is going through that process as well. And so here, Codex and Claude are doing its work. In the meantime, this sometimes takes a little time depending on what's happening in the environment. But I have also generated some reports in a previous run, and we can also ask Claude to, and we'll create another agent here. And we'll say, please launch the dashboard that we had created in a previous run. Okay, and so the dashboard is inside this reports, and so it will go off and start a server. Okay, and let's see. And as it's running the server, I should have turned on always permit all actions. Apologies. So there was a server running previously, and now it shut it down, and it's starting it over again. So looks like it's already running. So let's see. So what we have here is the ability to launch it. Yeah. So here's a dashboard of the activity or of the Q3 for Meridian Capital Partners. Okay, and so in our environment, we can actually allow folks to create their own applications and then launch it as an application that is deployed on localhost on a certain port, and this is port 3000 here. Okay, and so it looks like it's already launching. So we'll just say no, right? And we'll just wait for a second here and see, and these guys are still extracting the information about there's about 100 files in here, so it takes a little time. Okay, in the meantime, what we can do is actually ask Claude to update this dashboard, and I'm going to move this over here. So right now, if you notice, the dashboard is static. Okay, and it's got information about the financial performance. It's got some revenue, efficiency, support tickets, and so on. And what I can do is I can actually ask Claude to enhance this dashboard with AI insights. Okay, and so basically what that will do is go over to the reports into the dashboard, and this is essentially a simple JavaScript app here, and it will go and enhance it with AI here. You'll see this AI.json, and because Vocareum is delivering API credentials for Claude and for Codex, OpenAI, but it's also providing credentials for Gemini as well. And so in this case, what we're doing is asking it to enhance this dashboard with AI insights using Gemini. Okay, and so back here inside this instructions here, we'll say that, okay, here's the data layout, here's some of the data sources, and then, when we do dashboards, we'll use Gemini AI for doing so. Okay, and so here it is reading the existing files, and now it's going to update it for AI insights. Let's go back over here. Okay, so here we completed the analysis, and what it's saying is, okay, firm is doing, fine. We've got certain revenue and operating margins, assets under management. However, there's some issue with this user or this advisor, Marcus Webb, and so by the scan of the data and the evidence in the environment, there's certain findings here, and it's generating a report. And so we can go and look at the company data review here. And so here's the review, the executive summary of the data as well, and then looking at the various advisors out there, and then reading the portfolio and so on, and then looking at some of the flags, the red flags that are that were triggered through this analysis. Okay, and so what we can do at this point, for example, is say, okay, help write a report on this for on the Marcus Webb situation for board review. In PPT format. Okay, so now we're asking it to do some work, right? Which is, generating a PowerPoint on this Marcus Webb situation. Let's see over here. And let's create this server. Over here, I'm working on the AI insights now. And so you'll see that, it's using the Google API keys with a Gemini base API. Base URL that's pointing to the Vocareum AI gateway. Okay, and so now it's updating the app to add the AI functionality. Okay, while this is going on, we'll swap back over to this screen, which is the PowerPoint format generation. And so now it's generating the report here. Okay, so that kind of gives you an idea of how and what's happening inside a student environment. We've got AWS credentials and cloud environment. We've got a VS Code environment here. We've got AI and API keys for the various AI agents, right? And then as an instructor, I can go and review the activity and the spend. Okay, and so here I'm looking at the dashboard here. I can see the spend in this class. We've got $100 of spend here. I can go and scan down here, look at this this student and review the activity as well. And so you'll see over here, we've got Haiku being used, we've got Sonnet being used, we've got Codex, and so on. And as we click in, we can actually see, the token usage and the budgets. So right now we have something like $15 left of budget here, and $15 of budget, and the tokens in and out for specific activities here. So let's take a look at Codex here. Right here, flagging revenue mismatch, noticing 13.8% discrepancy, and we can see the tokens that are being used here as well, right? And this is all coming from the same budget for this one user. Let's go back over here. This is still generating the PowerPoint. And let's go over here and allow the server to update. Okay, so now it's run it, and great. Let's see if it's okay. Looks like everything's working. They added an AI Insights panel. Okay, have an AI chat as well. Okay, and so now let's go back over to the server, and is this out? And let's see where they added this AI Insights. Okay, so we can see that. Let's see if we do a refresh here. What was Q3 revenue? And somehow this is not a great implementation because it's not providing any feedback here. But that's what happens when you have AI. Sometimes it gives you what you're looking for exactly, and sometimes you have to tweak it a little bit. So it looks like it's uh, it's not working as expected. So what we can do is go back and say the dashboard, let's say the AI panel is should be at the top of the page, and um, we did not see results as expected. Please review. Okay, so that's while that's working, let's go over here and take a look and see. And this is still working on it. We'll have it work in the background. The other thing that we like to do sometimes, and maybe we can cancel out of here, is actually have the other AI agent as an adversarial agent work on the same thing, right? And so here I'm over in Codex instead of Claude. I say we have updated the dashboard with AI insights, but the AI insights is not visible. Please move to top of page and verify that we are generating insights properly. Okay, so now we're going to go and have Codex take a look at the dashboard and fix things. Okay, and meanwhile, we can go back over here again and the refresh, and you'll see that we've got some Codex activity going on here, right? And investigating AI section placement and visibility, checking CSS and app.js to find out why the AI section is below the grid, and so on. And you can see that costs us about 10 cents there. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of it. The platform is and so now we're going through and fetching and planning the insights and updating the application itself. Okay, so basically that's the gist of the platform, being able to use AI to create applications, and then it's kind of meta, but also use these applications to leverage AI as well to provide additional insights. In this case, so let's move to the top page. Actually loads, and we ordered. Okay. Please deploy. Yes, restart. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward to pretty straightforward to put together environments for folks to, learn in a very secure environment, learn AI, and then also leverage various tools in the Vocareum environment. So whether it's AWS environments or it's Azure or GCP, Databricks, and provide it in kind of a budgeted fashion and with the appropriate guardrails. And so let's go take a look and see what got generated here. Since the UI is not ready yet. So again, it looks like the AI needs a little bit of work, right? But you get the idea. Still not ready. So occasionally you'll have to fight with the AI, but that happens, and that's whole part of the process. One of the things that I also want to mention is that as the instructor, you can pre-populate the student environment just like I did over here, right? This is as a student, and I pre-populate with data. You can populate with code, and as a student comes in, we will populate with environment variables that will have the necessary credentials that the learner needs. So with that, I'd like to conclude this portion of the presentation and see if there are any questions.